Today we're heading off. We are running from the storms. It's like heaven, heaven on earth, paradise.
That's a water spout over there. Are you scared?
If it comes any closer, yeah, I am. We're sailing good, bad, and ugly. 3 years ago, we bought our boat off Craigslist for $5,000. I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We are known to break the rules and do things a little less traditional. Hit subscribe to join the adventure. Thanks to our patrons for keeping us going. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU.
Welcome back, guys. We got a problem this week. Something unforeseen kind of popped up. We got some storms jumping up off the African coast, and they're kind of heading this way. We don't really know what we're getting just yet. Could turn into a small storm, could be absolutely nothing at all. But when you live on a boat, this is your life. Safety of your wife and your cat are on the line here. So we got to take this storm seriously. We only have about 4 or 5 days to make our move, and obviously
4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days until it gets here, if it turns into something bad.
Yeah, I mean,
we only have a couple days.
We got 3 or 4 days, and it takes us 2 days to sail because we only go 5 miles an hour. So we're actually going to be heading toward the storm probably, which is kind of messed up because I don't want to go backwards. I hate going backwards in life. So we're going to go try to find a honey hole, you know, down the road a little bit. But either way, we got to get busy. This woke us up and fast-tracked us today. So first things first, we got to get out there and get ready, get prepared for the storm.
We need to hit the grocery store and stack up on food because that's one thing you don't want to be without. So we'll get more into our plans about the hurricane or non-named storm or just the rainstorm, whatever it is. Let's go.
Alright guys, so one thing you'll learn when you're cruising, sometimes it's hard to find like taxis and rides to places, especially when you're stretched a little bit further and things are far away. One of the tips is to go into like the stores, the colmados, and just ask around. Ask the people that work there because they're going to know the taxis, they're going to know the cheaper rides, and you know, they're going to point you in the right direction and you're going to do a lot better in life. We met our guy Nestor through trial and error of just going to the store and asking all the time, and then we met a guy who's really reliable, super friendly guy, always shows up when we need him, and that's a big tip. That's something that's going to help you out. Ask the locals. Sorry I have to talk through my mask, but have you ever seen a pineapple this fat in your life?
It's a $12 pineapple.
$12.
Alright guys, so we got our provisions. We're all set to go. Today we're heading off. We are running from the storms, and hopefully we do a good job.
Yeah, hopefully we do a good job, guys. Basically, the weather rolled up. I feel like I'm in Forrest Gump. The bad weather said, can't sit here. Can't sit here, seats taken. So we got to get up off the bus. We got to run away and try to get to somewhere. We have a couple different options. We can go south depending on how the boat sails. But we'd really like to get straight east to Culebra. Get tucked in there for a day or so before the bad weather hits. Nothing going to be too crazy, but it can be anywhere from 40 to 60. So not a spot you want to be at, kind of a roadstead anchorage here. So we're going to boogie down Bronx today and get to the next anchorage. And
how long of a sail do we have ahead of us?
Depends. Could be a 12-hour sail, could be a 6-hour sail, could be a 4-hour sail. We're going to try to motor
we just never know.
I want to run my motor for the first 2 hours just to kind of shake it out. I haven't run it in a long time hard because we've been just sailing on and off anchor. So I want to give it a good hard run for 2 hours, and if we go in a straight line for 2 hours, we'll be halfway there, so depending. But with our motor, it goes up with a prayer every time.
All right, let's get going.
Trying to find a spot to anchor now.
Oh my God, guys. Have you seen this anchorage? Check it out. I'm surprised at how beautiful this is. This is not where I thought we were gonna go today.
No, we made pretty good time coming up today. We motored a little bit more, so we made quick time. We pulled in here, and I don't even know what the heck the name of this key is called, but it's just west of Culebra, so it's beautiful. A little bit rolly, a little bit tough to anchor in, but man, it's gorgeous out here.
It's like heaven, heaven on earth, paradise, anything else you could call it, it's what it is. The water's so beautiful, the colors next to this mountain and the white sand beach. This is amazing.
And it has an added bonus of you don't really get good cell reception, so we're kind of off-grid time.
Is that a bonus?
It's a bonus.
For most people, that's not a bonus.
Well, you get to just relax and kind of unplug for a minute, but it kind of sucks because we don't get to check the weather. So.
Yeah, and that's what we're running from, the storm. So we only have today here. Well, we're gonna make the best of it. First step is we gotta clean our dinghy. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
So I just tried to fly the drone to show you how beautiful this anchorage is, and you can see from that one clip something was going south. Basically, I put it up there, and a lot of times there's authorization zones that you can just unlock and still film, but this time it just said it, let you take off, and then said descending in this amount of seconds, so I had to race it back down to the boat to get it down. I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of airport zones, I think, in Puerto Rico, so maybe if I can figure it out, we'll get some cool drone shots. But back to what our work was actually going to be done today, the dinghy.
Alright, so now that I got my inside all shook up and cleaned up, I got to use this rope to flip her over so I can access the bottom portion.
Whoa.
Whoa. Let me get it before I can use both hands. Okay, almost.
Don't lose your paddles. Whoa, whoa.
Let's hear that cheerleading, boys.
You got it. You got this. Good job.
There we go.
I didn't know you needed so much support.
And after you give it a little bit of time in the sun, it dries out that grass and it's a lot easier to scrub off.
So now that the dinghy's clean, And hours are ticking. It's about 5, I think now. We're gonna hurry up and go over there to this place that looks like a cave, and we're gonna go snorkel it, see if there's something cool in there, and just take advantage of this nice location while the storms aren't here.
Wish that I could stay. Wish for this moment to never go away. But it's all in my mind, and though I know that there is nothing to find, you're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light. Roaming the streets all alone, and all you can see, thinking about what your life came to be. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light.
Next day, storms are still heading our way. They're looking like they're not going to be as intense, but we're definitely getting 50 plus. It's looking like now we're a day or two away, so we're definitely getting some big winds. I'm looking at a spot to tuck in here in Culebra. One of the things that I'm a little nervous about is that there are a lot of tour boats here. There's tons of tour boats in this area, so those are dive boats, fishing boats, private sailing charters. So when storms come, a lot of those boats will come off of their docks, and they're going to crowd the hurricane holes that us cruisers are trying to get in. So you may feel the pressure from that if you're looking at hurricane holes in different parts of the world, but we're going to get a few more things done because we got to get over there today and stake our claim to our little gunk hole.
Gunk hole?
Gunk hole. We're going to gunk
I don't
hole
want it to be a gunk hole.
Well, we're gunk holing it. We're going to get in the gunk hole. First things first I got to do, since our gunk hole, aforementioned, is maybe going to be dirtier water because it's in the bay and we've been getting a ton of rain lately. So water's been running off the mountains, kind of making it muddy in the bays that I've seen. So I'm going to go ahead and preemptively make water out here while it's clean, the water's clear, fill up our water, and that way if a storm does come, we don't have to move for a few days.
It's a full-time job, right, bae?
Full-time job living on a boat.
So you might have saw earlier I was wiping the isinglass or whatever you call it down because a lot of salt spray, and it reminded me that I never told you guys how I kind of brought it back, restored it, because in the boatyard it got cloudy, something bad happened, we used Windex. I guess that's, oh, the birds are really yelling. Anyways, I guess that's something you're really not supposed to do. So I used vinegar and water, and I buffed it and I buffed it and I buffed it, and it kind of restored it back a little bit. Right now it's salty, so you can't really tell, but that's what I did. Now we need to pull up anchor and get to our gunk hole, as Matt would call it.
Yeah, we're gonna gunk hole it, and today's a special day because Kristen's gonna pull the anchor for the first time.
No, I'm not.
Oh, damn, all right. I guess I better get on it then.
in a cage, hungry hearts in a rage, glowing eyes in a daze, turning around in a hurry, hoping you will come along. I'm running as fast as I can, in a desperate need of a plan. It's the work of one little man. I'm fading out from the story. Am I a passionate man? I'm fading out from the story. Am I a passionate man? Hanging on to.
So I thought I was cool now that I had a big boy anchor and I could just put it down and back up. Lie detector test determined that was a lie. So I'm gonna go in, stick it in the grass, and call it a day. Alright guys, so luck of the Irish. No shade thrown on Mantis, that thing's actually awesome. I got stuck in this shell. You can see here in the middle where it's all gnarlated and there's a hole. This was stuck on the spike of my Mantis anchor. Now, what happened here was when I jumped in the second time, because I said, well, I'm dragging, so I'll jump in and dive, it was still stuck. So I would have drug again had I not jumped in to do this. So this is one of the things you got to watch out for. There's a lot of debris in the water and there's rocks and stuff, and whether I dropped it right on it or it drug into it, either way I wasn't going. So this is why I dive my anchor all the time. So stupid. Mountain, boy. That's a water spout over there. Are you scared?
If it comes any closer, yeah, I am. Alright, so we made it to our anchorage.
Safe and sound, I do believe. So we pulled up, we had a couple of different thoughts for our little hurricane gunk hole. And first thought was, let's go to the bay that's clearly going to be the most protected from multiple different ways of wind. And because we all knew these storms go circular, so they blow every which way. And there was one bay that I saw looked really good. I looked on Google Maps as I was surveilling this. I was looking at mountain elevations around there and stuff like that. But what I saw on Google Maps was that there looked like there were several boats in Google Earth. And I was hoping, I was trying to be optimistic. She said, well, maybe those boats won't be there. And they were all there, and they look like more or less full-time people that are over there. There was a sunken boat there. It looked like there was a couple sunken boats there. So we went in and we circled a few times. I didn't love the mooring balls that I was looking at. I didn't like the lines that were tied to the mooring balls. Not that I'm being overly critical, but I have been drug on before. Last hurricane season, same thing happened. Someone came in, wasn't quite ready. I know some of these boats aren't full-time boats, so we looked at that bay. It just didn't look quite right, so we came to the next bay, and it's a little bit smaller, a little more exposed, less swing room, but I think for this particular storm it's going to be fine, and that's the play we're making, so it should be just fine. We could get a little bit deeper in here too, but we tried to pull the move. We tried to be a little bit further away so we could stay away from the mosquitoes, and then like 5 hours later another boat pulled in behind us and went all the way in, and they said, you stuck out there like Chuck now, so we lost our pole position. But we didn't get really bit by mosquitoes, so that was kind of good. So we're here, we're set up for the hurricane Ensenada Honda, right?
Yep, so we will be seeing what's going to happen in the next day or so. We're going to have to end this video here and pick it back up next week. So we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully we survive. Hopefully our boat doesn't sink. I'm sure it's going to be a little crazy. The storm keeps inching up more and more, so It's gonna be a little worse than what we intended on, but see, we planned for it to be bad and we left. So we made some good decisions.
We made some good calls. I'm much happier here than anywhere else I could possibly be, but we're gonna be busy for the next, day. So let's get with it.
All right, guys. See you next week. Oh, like and subscribe.
And pray. And pray for us. Send us good vibes. Good vibes only. Hashtag.
Bye.
Bye.